Hey, Charlene here. I'm talking about content brainstorming versus content recipes. What are they? Is there even a difference? And why is content brainstorming not enough to create scroll stopping live streams? I'm going to share all that with you here in just a few minutes. So let's get started. Hello, I am Charlene Tessier, founder of Strength and Numbers, and I'm helping you find your ideal client online so that you can, helping you find your ideal client on LinkedIn using live streaming so that you can get your programs and workshops filled. Now, anybody here who is on social media is a content creator, and creating original content, and a lot of it, like these 30 days of tips for is quite a bit of work. And you're kind of wondering, how can I create so much stuff and make sure that it's really relevant for my audience member? And content brainstorming is generally what you'll find all over the web. You can just search content, ideas, creation, brainstorming, and you'll get tons of free gifts. So I'm going to show you how to kick out tons and tons and tons of ideas. And that's not really a problem. What I find is a problem is that often those content brainstormings are great, but you have this big pile of stuff. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge. And some of it might work and some of it might not. And that's okay. You still need to do that content brainstorming. But then when it comes time to kick out those live streams or that content day after day, week after week, it gets a bit of a grind. You're kind of wondering, should I pick this one? Is it too similar to that one? And you kind of overthink it and you end up wasting a huge amount of time doing it. And that's why I then put in place a framework called a content recipe. And a content recipe is similar to a recipe you would use for cooking. It has some kind of guidelines of what you should do and a little bit of areas for flexibility, but not too much. And the reason for that is then I can essentially use that brainstorming list and see if it will work with my recipe. So if it doesn't, I'll have to probably tweak the idea, rewrite the content or whatnot. But before I even write any content, I actually just grab all the ideas and I throw them into the recipe. And an example you could kind of think of if you are into cooking is, say you needed in your recipe to use a potato. Okay, what if you didn't have a potato in your fridge? What are you going to do? What if you had a sweet potato in your fridge? Maybe you could just choose that. Probably would still work, right? Most likely it would. So you could kind of swap that out. It's similar enough. But some things just couldn't work. Maybe you could omit the potato depending on how valuable it is. Or do you think you could put an apple in place of a potato? Maybe not. Maybe it's not going to really work. So you're probably wondering, what on earth are these content recipes? Well, essentially what I do is I create a sub theme. I might have a theme for the whole month and then a sub theme for each week, which is still quite high level. And under that, I actually brainstorm a lot of things I could talk about, ideas. And when I run out of ideas, I then use those sub themes and ideas in my brainstorming matrix, which generates tons and tons and tons of ideas, some good and some bad. So I actually do it a little bit in reverse. I don't just generate a whole bunch and then try to make it fit. I actually first use the recipe as a framework so that I know my brain gets into gear, my thought process gets into gear to create content that really is going to make sense and save me more time rather than just generating random ideas. It just doesn't work for me. I've tried carrying that little book around or notebook or saying it in my phone or whenever an idea, but it just doesn't work for me. I don't know why. So I have found recipes are great because it just takes out a lot of the decision-making process. Once you have the framework, which is themed ideas, they are not specific topics yet. It's very easy to find like some have overlap and that's okay. Some are very similar. But for me, it's just like I have the framework, the recipe, I have the ideas, I kind of just slot them all in and boom, away I go. And then I start creating out the live streams line by line as I need. And that saved me so much time. And so I find on the internet, what is really irritating is all these ideas for brainstorming, but why are there no recipes? Oh my gosh. So, anyways, if you want to get a recipe, you want to know how I do it fast, and I can create pretty much a whole month of this live stream in about 2 hours from start to finish. Of course, there's still a little bit of editing required after that, but to be honest, I am able to crank this stuff out. And I'll put a link down below. I have a little special going on, and you can check that out. And if you're interested in learning how I do it, I'm going to show you how, and you can find out how to do it too. Thanks for being here today. I will see you again soon. This is 30 Days Live, LinkedIn, helping you with LinkedIn and live streaming, 30 tips for 30 days. We are rolling close to the end of 30 days. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I think I'm going to still do, I'm not going to be able to do the weekend, last weekend and this weekend. So actually, I'll probably do another 5 days next week. And, I'm really enjoying it. So I think I might just keep going, doing 5 days for you guys. We'll see. I don't know. Let's just make it through the 30 days. I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day.